Hey guys, today I wanted to go through and show you 10 really cool mid-size or small to mid-size EDC fixed blades like this Bradford Guardian 3. That's just a classic. This knife's available in so many different blade steels, in different handle configurations, from G10 to micarta like this one has. This one's in Rex 45. They call this a Natrix finish, that darkened kind of acid wash looking finish. It's got a lanyard hole. It's a small in length, but beefy in girth and what it can do. So when I look at these knives that I pulled out, these are all knives that I feel like can be your primary carry, right? They can get pretty much every task, definitely in an urban EDC environment, handled. And they can be put through some hard use. The little Guardian 3 is just a great example of that. It's been around, kind of tried and true, so to speak, and no pun intended, but it is a USA made knife from a USA manufacturer, and they're very readily available. You can get them, from anywhere like major retailers to some of the small boutique knife stores. I'll leave a link to one of them somewhere when I post this video. But the Guardian 3 is a winner from Bradford. I really like this knife. It comes with, and if I was going to give it a negative, it's this sheath that it comes with. It's really nice. You can wear it on your belt, scout, but you're limited to that unless you just want to stick it in your back pocket like I do. I can get a sheath made for it, but it's such a nice leather sheath. I just wish they'd left some other carry options, maybe a couple of stainless rivets or something like that where you could put a vertical clip if you wanted to, or a pocket dropper. But it's a great knife. No complaints, except for the sheath not being quite as flexible. Moving on, we come to one of my absolute favorite medium primary carry EDC knives, and it is the Boker daily carry collaboration, the AK1. The AK1 you can get in several different configurations. One, you can get the budget variety in an N690 blade steel, still made in Solid in Germany with G10 handles. This is the more pimped out version that's an RWL 34 blade steel, and it's got shred carbon fiber handles. It also has a flippable little lanyard piece back here. You can take this scale off. You can flip this little piece. It's like a puzzle piece, very well engineered. And then you've got a lanyard on the back of the knife if you want that. I'm not big into needing a lanyard, so I don't use it. This knife's going to come in right around the same size as the Guardian, and I didn't measure it. I had it out to measure. This guy's going to be right over 6.5 inches, and just by comparison, the Guardian 3 is going to be about the exact same size, right over that 6.5 inches. But what I love about the Boker is it's light. Its reverse tanto blade is very functional. It's a great EDC design, in my opinion. It just carries well. It cuts well. It's super slicey, almost like a laser beam. I've never sharpened this knife, never had to. Could probably use a stropping. But it's very, very pleasurable to cut with. And I think it's a great knife. They're available. You just have to find them in different configurations. And these models are going to run you closer to $300. They're a little bit more premium, but they're nice knives. And the good thing is Boker gives you choices. So I've also got the N690 American Tanto because I just love the design of the knife. The handle feels the same. But this is the Boker AK1. Comes with a leather pocket dropper sheath with an ulti-clip built into it. So moving on, we come to an Axial Knives Alpine. Now the Alpine's available in several different configurations. This one happens to be the DLC coated Tanto blade shape. You can also get this at a drop point. You can get it in stonewash. You can get it in DLC coated. You can get it also in a reverse Tanto. It is MagnaCut, USA made, very thin blade stock, very nice feel on this knife. The grip is G10. You can also get this with titanium grips, micarta grips, other grip materials, and they are removable. But just a very nice, thin, slicey grind. Just really gets the job done. I love the tanto on this. It's a compound grind, but you just got a little bit thicker tip. I'm trying to see if I can get that to show up on camera. You can kind of see it right here where DLC is, but it's just a little bit thicker out there. Very flat, thin grind. Again, just a fantastic little knife. And again, very much, I think, value price for a USA made knife. Under 300 bones. Some cases you can get it under 200 bones, just depending on the configuration. They give you a wide choice there. But this is the Axial Knives Alpine, a banging knife. Moving on, another one of my favorite pocket droppers. This is the Lynch Northwest Sparrow 7. What I love about this on first inspection is you got this great leather sheath. This is an upgrade to the Kydex sheath, but you can choose one at checkout and then just pay the difference so you're not getting double dip per se. But this is a pocket dropper extreme. It's got a deep concealment carry clip from, I forget what it's called, Holster Carry Solutions or Deep Carry Solutions. I love these clips. I have them on a lot of knives. This one's sewn in, made into this leather sheath. But the Sparrow 7 is just a great little drop point design. Very functional, very pokey, stabby, very slicey. This one is in MagnaCut. You can also get these in CPM 154. I have sharpened this knife. It took an edge very well. Cuts very well. Super slicey. Has nice micarta handles that are chamfered. You can tell all this is USA made right there in Lynch's facility, if I'm not mistaken. But you've got some nice milling in the outer part of this micarta here that you can feel where it's kind of kept it rough. And then you've got this little cross-cut milling in the scale. Full tang construction. Nice jimping, nice finger choil, just a really nice package. This is going to come in, I think, right about 7 inches, right under 7, between 7 1/4 and 7.5. So this is, we'll call it a 7 1/4 inch knife. Feels very good in the hand, but for me, most importantly, to make this list is it feels really good in the pocket. It carries very well. I'm a huge fan of Lynch Northwest. I've always been a fan of their scales and their clips. They've really knocked it out of the park with the Sparrow 7, their first fixed blade. Moving on, come to a local maker from my home state here of Alabama, Driver Defense. I'm wearing one of Dustin's t-shirts as we speak, Dustin Driver. This is his Ricochete, which is a smaller version of a beefy knife that I'm going to show you here in a second. And I say beefy, it's still small. But this is a little guy in length, but a beefy guy in what it can do performance-wise. You've got these really nice, beefy G10 handles with the G10 liner. This is USA MagnaCut, made here, heat-treated, about 64, 63, 64 HRC. That's Dustin's stamp for Driver Defense. This knife is meticulously crafted. It's put together very, very well. I love the little drop point blade. It is very slicey. It's still got dust and sharpening on it. I've not had to sharpen this knife or another one of his knives I'm going to show you here in a second. But these, again, are made right here in North Alabama by a really nice guy who does a really good job. And this little guy, the Ricochete, is going to be right under 6 inches. So it's probably going to be the smallest in length, maybe not, but on this list. But all of these knives are designed to work. You know, whether you're trying to start a fire, you're having to survive on this knife and only this knife, it's your primary carry. That's kind of how these knives fall into me thinking that they're knives that I would consider. And the little Ricochete is just one of the best in terms of durability, in terms of reliability, and in terms of a knife that I would be happy having a one and done. I just really like it. So that is the Driver Defense Ricochete. Moving on, we come to one of the more budget options that's a fantastic EDC knife, and that is the Vosteen Mink. The Mink is 14C 28N. This one is coated. They've kind of been up in the game with each Mink release. This is one of their new updated Minks. It's got a kind of a DLC coated blade. You got matching hardware, micarta handles, very comfortable in the hand. You've got dual jimping, so you've got jimping for your finger cut. So if you're dressing game, you've got jimping here at the heel for your thumb. You've got a very slicey grind. So EDC, exceptional for well under $100. Just a great little knife. Also available in different blade shapes, a Wharncliffe / sheep's foot. The sheaths have been kind of pimped out a little bit. They've added this retention screw that a lot of the overseas manufacturers are adding. They work good. I mean, I find no problem with the retention in this sheath, but if I needed to for any reason, if it felt too light or too tight, I can go in there and I can give that a couple turns. I can tweak it out, make it a little more tight or a little less tight. But this is the Vosteen Mink. It's a winner. It's going to come in right about 7 1/4, I think. Let's see. 7 exactly. So this is a 7-inch specimen, the Vosteen Mink. Get it in a lot of different variations, a lot of configurations. I'll probably leave you an Amazon link for this guy because that's where you can see them all in one place. But it's one that I could highly recommend. Moving on, we come to another sub 100 bone option, and this is a knife from Kansept that I've really kind of fallen in love with because it's just a beefy little monster. It's called the Tiny Dancer. It's a Strout Designs collaboration. This little knife, I can choke up on this harpoon blade if I want to. It's got these CNC milling lines in here. It feels absolutely wonderful. I think it looks dynamite. This one has titanium handles. It has satin flats, and then the CNC milled grind that I think is super cool. And then you've got this nice blacked out swedge, nice black tang. Do have a nice lanyard hole here, and just a very comfortable knife. Very slicey, a little bit more on the beefy side. Whoops, let's let that slip out of my hand. It's going to have a deeper grind, but in terms of thicker grind, but it's just a great knife. I mean, whether you're plunging this, whether you're feather sticking it to save your life, to start a fire, it's just a banger. I don't think the spine's sharp enough to strike a ferro rod, but, you know, what are you going to do? Great little knife, great little plunger. I think it looks sick. I think it's a great value. S35VN is the blade steel on this guy, I believe. Let me verify that. Yep, S35VN and titanium for under 100 bones. Great little taco sheath, nice retention. Absolutely no movement. It does come with a tech lock, kind of copy, little half tech lock type of sheath, like all these do. I just put ulti clips on them, and they're good in terms of their hole placement. So you can usually have a lot of choices with the type of clip that you choose to use with your mountain style. But this is the Tiny Dancer from Kansept Knives. Moving on, come to a couple more American knives and we'll be finished up. And this is a very great little mini bushcrafting knife. And this is the F3 from Reiff Knives. It is a little beast. This one is in black DLC with black G10 contoured handles. It's Magna Cut. It's a little bushcrafter. This you can strike a ferro rod with. The spine's very sharp. You don't have any jimping, but you don't need it. USA made. Just a little beast of a knife. The grind on it, super slicey. Kind of a saber style grind. Little small package. When I said that Ricochete might not be the smallest, this might be around that same size. This is 6 1/2, so it's a 1/2 inch longer. Available in a lot of different configurations. This little knife, you don't have to get this black blade if you want something more subdued, so to speak. I like the blackout, but you can get more visible colors if you're using it outdoors, hunting, and you wanted something that was a little more visible. It came with a tech lock, a legit tech lock sheath or belt clip. I replaced it with one of the new, I think this is the AH from UltiClip. It's a new UltiClip belt system. I use it as a pocket dropper, even though it's made kind of as a belt system. But it works great. Super duper little knife. This is the Reiff F3. So moving on, we come to another knife from my buddy Dustin Driver Defense Knives. This is a Splinter. This is kind of the big brother to the Ricochete. Still a very small EDC sized, very comfortable knife. You've got this flat G10 handle, contoured, but it just feels great in the hand. When I say flat, I mean it's very straight here. You do have that one little finger choil, but the grip is very conducive to just being comfortable. MagnaCut, again, 63, 64 HRC. Great cutter, very, very sharp. And again, a very rugged blade, a blade that you could put through the ringer if you needed to, i.e. survival, i.e. bushcrafting, camping, starting fires, cleaning game, whatever you need to do. Hard using the knife. This is one I would have no problem putting my life on. Really nice hole at the back that can be used for a lanyard. It's going to come in right at 7 inches, right over 7 inches by about a 1/16. And this is the Driver Defense Splinter. It is a banger, USA made, under 300 bones, made by hand. Moving on, we come to the last knife in this part of the collection of medium-sized EDC primary carry knives. And this is a knife that I've been carrying a lot lately. It's on the big side of what I like to carry, but it'll take you anywhere from the office to the outdoors. It's a fantastic knife. It's called the Reiff Circadian, and I think I'm pronouncing that right. I could be pronouncing it wrong, but it is spelled Circadian. Reiff knives are USA made. This micarta handle feels totally organic, soft, and wonderful in the hand. I love the way it feels in the hand. You've got this MagnaCut blade and this blunt sheep's foot tip that you're not going to accidentally stab into anything, but the point is still sharp enough to get in there and cut if you need it to. This knife's also available in a drop point if you prefer that. I prefer the sheep's foot personally. I love that flat blade. I just think it's much more utilitarian for me, but really nice taco sheath that again came with the full legit tech lock. I put an UltiClip on it because that's what I had. And this is just a winner. But guys, any one of these knives in any of these price points or USA made, overseas made, they're just some great knives. They're knives that I can recommend each and every one of them. They're different price points, but that's the way that you'd want it. You'd want to have those different choices. And check out some of these when you look at some of these links. If you want to see what they're going for, you can look at some of the makers' sites like Dustin's Instagram, and he'll have some listed because he puts them up for sale pretty frequently. They'll be on Lynch Northwest site. The Boker you can find either at DLT, River's Edge Cutlery. I'll leave an Amazon link because I know that they've got some of the N690 in stock. But any of these knives, from the sub $100 minks up to the more expensive customs like the Dustin Driver Defense, Splinter, or a USA made knife like the Bradford Guardian or the Reiff Circadian, they're all great knives. I can, again, picked them out because I thought they were all worthy of a video, and I think all of you guys are super worthy and appreciate your time more than you know. I want to give a special thank you and shout out to the channel members. I appreciate you all. I appreciate anyone who comes in and watches my knife and EDC content. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're so inclined, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon to let you know when my videos come out. I appreciate that. Hit the like button. But most importantly, look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.